Welcome back to Agree to Disagree with Haris Ibrahim. I'm Nick Hu, sitting in for Haris. Cynthia, I read a report from Tony Phua that said many senior government officials are living beyond their means. MACC argues that they are powerless to act against these individuals. Why is it so?
Well, we need to understand the MACC Act. The MACC Act does not provide for MACC to investigate persons who live beyond their means. Now, we all know, we have so many examples of ministers, of people in power who obviously live beyond their means.
Can you give us examples?
Okay, well, one very clear example is actually the Chief Minister of Sarawak, Taib Mahmud, former Chief Minister, sorry. He's now the Governor, and he and his family members have expounded on so much wealth ever since he became Chief Minister for 3 decades. Now, we know that the salary of the Chief Minister is so much, but the way he lives his wealth and the way he lives his life, you'd be surprised that MACC has 400 cases against him.
400 cases? 400
cases, and they are unable to indict him, they are unable to press charges against him for corruption, because he has found ways to get away from it, like get his children to be directors of the companies and so on. Now, that's another story for another day perhaps, but the point here is that the only and highest enforcement body, which is the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission, is unable to nab and bring to book persons who live beyond their means because there is nothing within the law that allows them to do that. Now, this is very frustrating because for the average person on the street, like you and me, that's the most obvious blatant form of corruption, where you know that you're using somebody else's money, you're actually using your powers wrongly to acquire wealth, and that needs to be brought to book. But encouragingly, the MACC themselves have actually asked for powers in this regard to be strengthened under the MACC Act so that they themselves will be able to take action against persons in power. But having said that, we also know that the MACC is crippled because they're former civil servants and they're mainly appointed by the Prime Minister of the country.
So can I safely say that it is by design that this system works like this? That this is okay. For example, what about other countries? Do they have the same problem?
Yes, so in other countries, and we don't really have to look very far to the West. We have in Indonesia, who has made tremendous strides in fighting corruption. We have their KPK, the MACC version. KPK has very clear powers within the law to actually investigate persons who live beyond their means. And so this is the big difference.
Okay, so what about like Public Accounts Committee? Do they have the power to take action? If you're interested, stay tuned.